the dead. Do not suffer the living to pass.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Welcome back to Haunt of the Collector with me, Jace. Oh God almighty, what a great start. It takes me a little while since I've done the video. I know, I'm all out of practice. I used to be able to just reel these videos off, no problem. Well, actually, no, I didn't. I used to balls them up all the time. So there's no change there. Yeah, anyway, let's dive into it. Sorry, guys, it's been a while. I'm not going to go through all the bullshit, apologise and everything else. Busy, full stop. But anyway, and also now I've got something to talk to you about. I don't want to do just random content out, guys, just for the sake of it anymore, especially when I'm pushed for time. I want it to be something that I feel there's a worthwhile video in it, and certainly that is the case with this. Now, I've been on nights, so I hadn't actually seen the reveal video. I've seen it now. I hadn't seen the reveal video. I've seen nothing about it, but even sort of on social media, there was like nothing. And then I just randomly saw this picture of a King of the Dead, but it had been shared by another company or another group. I don't, whatever it was. I just thought, because I remember looking at it, oh, that must be their statue. But I thought that looks like something Weta would make, and that was it. I thought no more of it. Although somebody, I can't remember who it was, I apologise. Somebody sent me a link, which was a link to the stream. But I'm always dubious about clicking on links off. I don't know what they are. So thank you, whoever that was. But anyway, so I'd seen something brief on social media, and I was going to start looking into it when I sat down, and I had a bit of a minute last night. But before that happened, Kai had messaged me and sent me the images through and told me all about it. And I was like, oh, so it is. Anyway, so yeah. So I went and looked on the website. 463 quid for a 1/6 scale statue, and it's King of the Dead, and I was like, it looked really good, so I pre-ordered it there and then. I think that is a really good price for it, guys. I've got to be honest. I don't know what you all think, but given recent pricing from Weta, and I've not held back with my opinions on this, as I never do, with any other statue company or statues come to that matter, I felt that Weta's pricing has been high on the miniatures and on their 6 scales. I mean, what we had, an $800 and a $900 one on a bloody 6 scale. But this one at £463, and there's a lot of detail there. There's a lot of detail on this. I know a lot of people have been saying they don't like the skull base. I do. I think that looks really good. You know, it reminds me of the film, The Durmholt, with all the skulls in it. I like it. So and the detail on the King of the Dead himself is exemplary. The portrait is fantastically good. The detail on the armor and everything else is excellent. And when you go around the arse end of the statue and you see the cape flowing out, it looks great. But somebody commented on my community post this morning, or I read it this morning, saying, I can't get past the fact that it looks like he's standing on a bed of lettuce. And since they've said that, I kind of can't unsee it myself, and I can see what they've tried to do. But it does, at a certain angle, I'm like, yeah, you've kind of got a point. That's sort of probably got me back for when I said that the statue on the Boromir base by Prime 1 looks like Davy Jones, which it does. Yeah, so I was like, I can kind of see what they've tried to do there, but for me, that's got a very ocean-looking look to it. I suppose, again, I'm sort of, it's reminding me of the Dead Marshes and the underwater scene in the Dead Marshes there. But of course, you know, in the Durmholt, it was all that ethereal green and everything else as well. So, yeah, it might be one of those ones once I get it in hand, it looks a little bit better. But yeah, and I think it looks great anyway. But yeah, that flowing cape bit from a certain angle from the front, yeah, and the fact that somebody's put that in there. If they hadn't said that, I wouldn't have even thought it, to be honest. But now I'm like, yeah, it's too many layers. There's too many layers there, isn't it? They've got a bit carried away with it. It needs to be less. Less is more. Less is more. Men have been telling women that for years. Yeah, so hang on a minute, I've got to get my head in gear. Yeah, so I've pre-ordered it anyway. I've pre-ordered it anyway. Spitting there now, getting myself all carried away. but overall, I think it looks brilliant, and I think it's got a really good price figure on it, and I'm looking forward to getting it. And it's nice to get a pre-order in at last, and you know, so I think the last pre-order I did was the Water in the Water miniature by Weta. Everything's Weta this year. Talking about water. Brain. I've just finished nights yesterday, so yeah. Oh right, yeah. Skulls. And the 5 skulls. So I've pre-ordered all 5 as well. And yeah, I think there's a bit of a mixed bag there. I like the fact that they've done it. And I say I've ordered all 5, but I'm going to be honest, guys. Starting at the bottom, I think the Alerts one looks shite. I really do. It just looks like a gorilla skull. It doesn't look like, you know, doesn't make me think of Alerts. You know, and looking at the images close up, I don't think it's great. It might be different in hand. But yeah, so not overly impressed with that one. Nor was I massively over impressed with the Cave Troll one either. It looks okay. You can tell it's the Cave Troll. But after those 2, it does pick up rather a lot. For me personally, I like the Fell Beast one, although head on, I didn't know it was the Fell Beast without reading that it was the Fell Beast, but sideways on, you can clearly see it's the Fell Beast. So yeah, I was impressed with that. The remaining 2, I think, look fantastic. Starting with the Moria Orc one, I think looks spectacularly good. How come the Moria Orc one looks so good, and for me, the Lurtz one looks so poor? Maybe it's just me. But the Moria Orc skull, I think, looks really, really good. And the Golem one, I think, is exemplary. The Golem one looks exemplary. I mean, why get a 1:1 scale of that? I don't suppose it'll be done because, you know, it's just like a novelty thing, really, isn't it? It's not like something that would, because the bloody guy got melted. So, but yeah, I thought that looked, and I think they will look good all displayed together. So, like I say, I ordered off, and it's 70 quid each. Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk more about that when I get them and I do the unboxing and the review. Maybe a little steep, but I'm not going to complain too much about that, I say. So yeah, that's me for the moment, guys. Pre-order wise, struggling to get my words out today. Yeah, that's my pre-orders from the reveals: the King of the Dead 6 scale and the 5 skulls. Now, I'm not going to talk about the Radagast one. Now, a lot of people were talking about the Radagast. Well, from what I read briefly online last night, a lot of people are very impressed with it. As most of you know, I don't collect the Hobbit. I'm not really a fan of the Hobbit films, if I'm being honest, guys. I've watched them through quite a few times, but I think they're vastly inferior to the Lord of the Ring films. But it's irrelevant for me to comment on that. Although I have met Sylvester McCoy, who plays Radagast. Just a little name drop there. I have met the fellow. Lovely little fella, really eccentric. But yeah, nice little chap. So I've met him, so I will fill that in. But yeah, from what I can see, a lot of people are very impressed with it. Let me know in the comment section below, guys, what you think of the Radagast one. It does look good. The fact that they put him in his house and all that, for what I saw. But like I say, I'm not going to go into that because I'm not going to pre-order it. I'm not remotely interested in it. So, but I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you all, as always, guys, what you think to the Radagast, and also what you think to the 5 skulls and the King of the Dead one. Have you gone for it? Have you gone for all of them? Just some of them? Love to hear it. No more lettuce comments. I've already got that. I've got it. Can't unsee it. I've got it. So thank you to whoever put that in my head. Nice one. Whenever I see that statue now, I'll be like, yeah, he's on a bit. I think, but if you turn him on the one angle, it doesn't look quite so bad. But otherwise, like I say, big thumbs up to me on the 1/6 scale King of the Dead. Very impressed with it. Very impressed with the detail involved. And again, the pricing on that looks to be a fair price for what you're getting. And I get to add a King of the Dead. And the fact that I say that I've got the, excuse me, guys, I've got an itch. So the fact that I've got the Water in the Water pre-order as well, I'm just waiting for a Mouth of Sauron and a Shelob. That's it. Mouth of Sauron and a Shelob. And I'm kind of done on the Lord of the Rings, I think, for villains and bad guys. Anyway, got to wait for them to be revealed. Who knows? Maybe SDC coming up. Let's see what we get. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up now. Short but sweet video. It's great to be back talking to you all. Like I said, I do apologise for the delay, guys. I'm not going to sit here and tell you things are going to pick up because I don't know whether they are. I'm exceptionally busy. I might do a video just going into more depth into this, but recent events have made my social life, even more busy. See the little glint in my eye there. But like I say, I'll go more into that in a future video. But yeah, I could see my spare time being chewed up even more. But I will get videos out, guys. When I feel there's a video poignant enough to do, which this I felt this one was. I haven't really seen much worth talking about. If I'm being honest, over the last 4 weeks, I've been watching. Obviously, I try to catch up with the guys that other YouTubers on statues, but it's all live streams now. There's very few people just sitting doing this. You know, there aren't. I mean, Sean and Ryan when he does one, but there aren't many others. You know, but I mean, I did catch Chase's stream the other day. I always try and catch up with Mike when he does one, and obviously, you know, there was Sean Adams. I always jump on and say hello to them. The same with Jonathan and any others that I can do. But I say at the moment, it does seem to be predominantly panels talking about sort of everything. There doesn't seem to be a great deal going on. There doesn't seem to be a great deal happening. Again, I need to talk about this on another video, really, not this one. But you know, I haven't really until this happened. When I saw that yesterday, straight away I was like, I'm going to do a video. But that hasn't been the case for quite a while now for me. There doesn't seem to have been anything that's grabbed me. So we've talked about this before. The statue collecting has unfortunately changed, and not for the better for me, sadly. The heydays of the 2010s sadly seems to be a long way behind us now. Let's see what the future brings. Let's stay positive, shall we? Let's stay positive. So I will see you all on the next video, whenever that is, hopefully very soon. To the person that keeps messaging me, yes, Lego Barradur, I've got it, but I haven't had the time to sit and do 15-20 hours to build it, but I will do it at some point, I promise. Okay, as always, guys, anything at all, shoot it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I really appreciate it if you click a like on the video. If you've enjoyed it, please show it by clicking a like on the video. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Blah, 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 blah. I'll catch you all soon. Take care of yourselves. Have a great week ahead. From me, Jace, ta-ra a bit. Take care.